All right, it's been a while since put a video out. Oh, neighbors are out there. Neighbors are out there doing hay. They got a brand new Vermeer baler. Actually, they were out there messing around with it. They had an 856 in front of it. They lost all their hydraulics. I had seen them sitting out there for a while, so I went down to see if they needed a hand, tools, or anything like that. And they were putting their John Deere on it. The John Deere had a bad PTO clutch, so you really put it under load and it'll quit. And that's what happened. They slugged a big windrow of hay up and it started smoking the PTO clutch. I could smell it when I went up there. So I was helping them clear the pickup on the baler, and then I don't know what they did. They left the windrows out there overnight and they finished baling today. I couldn't see if they were running another tractor or not. But their corn is insane. I'm gonna flip the camera around here. They planted their corn, back like, I wanna say middle of April. And it's like 8 feet tall now. I mean, now it's July 20th, I think, something like that. No, geez, July 26th, I think today is. This field right here, bouncing around, we'll slow down. I mean, that corn is like over 8 feet tall. It's insane. So anyway, yeah, we're heading down to the island to do some crop scouting and see what everything looks like. I did cultivate my corn 3 weeks ago. I made a video about it, but it didn't turn out very well. You pull the camera out, start recording, and you're not watching the rows. You bump the wheel a little bit, and then you're not lined up with a row, and then you're taking out a whole row of corn, and yeah, it just wasn't worth it. So I made a video, but it's like I said, it's not very good. I didn't bother putting it up there. While I was cultivating, TJ was out in the hayfield. The field closest to the road had quite a bit of mustard and wild mustard and ragweed in it. So he went out with a brush hog and mowed it. Just that one field. Everything else looked all right. So we're gonna go see how all that looks. Heading down there anyway to go to, I'm actually going to TJ's house, doing a little party there tonight. So figured it'd be a good time to go down and check it out. And then tomorrow I'll head down and grab the Alice and we'll make another pass with the cultivators. Maybe I'll record that, do something, I don't know. I think I said TJ said the corn is about knee high, so this is probably going to be the last time I can cultivate it because it gets much higher. You won't be able to get the tractor in there. It'll be knocking rows of corn over, and you know, it'll bounce back, but I think this will probably be the last time I run the cultivator through it. Guys here out baling too. It's been a great weekend for baling. I think we are probably gonna bail. Well, we can't bail next weekend. I got plans up in New Hampshire. But the following weekend we'll be out baling, hopefully. Probably won't touch that first field. I don't know if it's tall enough to bail, but the other fields we'll be hitting it. This road here, this is Route 49 in Connecticut. Goes through Voluntown, Sterling. It's like you're driving through. It's like you're driving through Iowa out here. It's all farms. It's awesome. I love this road. It was all dairy farms. One dairy farm left on it. There's a turkey farm, which I just passed, and there's a guy that does just hay down the road further. But awesome road. So I will, I don't know, maybe we'll get some more footage as I go by some of these other farms here and see what they're up to. But if not, we'll see you when I'm down there in our fields. Alright, so we're out here. This is just the edge of the field, right by that grass strip here. It doesn't look awful. There's definitely some weeds that have to get cultivated out. There's quite a few that are real close to the plant. Like I was saying, I think I was saying it, I couldn't really get that close to the corn because it was ripping them. Ooh, some bug damage here. It was ripping them out, so I kind of had to kick the tines in to give a little bit more room, you know, away from the plant itself. You could spray this with like Banville or 2,4-D and get rid of the broadleaf up real close to the corn. I'm not gonna. Maybe next year. I don't have an applicator's license. Not that normally most people wouldn't. Yeah, see, this is where I took out a row here. There's a row over there I took out. But because there's houses, not that you can see here, but there's houses over there and some houses that way. Neighbors like to be nosy out here, so I don't know if I'd want to spray anything without having an applicator's license just to kind of cover my own ass, but for how late I planted it, it's not awful. It certainly looks taller over here than over here for sure. Yeah, there's like there's quite a difference actually. Wow. It's like this part of the field right here. It's quite a difference. That there's maybe, I don't know, 14 inches tall, something like that. Everything else is up to my knee. This here, halfway up my calf. I don't know if there's something in the soil right here, or, because there's really, I mean, if you're looking too, there's really no weeds growing either. So maybe the soil composition right here is different than over there, so it's not letting the corn grow like it should, would be my guess. Because yeah, there's like, you could get away with not cultivating any of this really. Even like in between the plants itself, there's not really anything growing. Yeah, so back here, this is all real wet too. Zoom out. This is all super wet when I planted, so I skipped this because I started spinning in the mud. As you can see where I missed a couple passes here. I walked down over there. I thought there might have been some deer damage. There wasn't. There was definitely some deer damage when I cultivated, but I think it kind of grew up or something. I don't know. Doesn't look too bad now that it's all kind of coming in. But yeah, 3 weeks ago when I was cultivating this, it was only maybe 3 inches tall, 3-4 inches tall, if that. So it's grown this much in 3 weeks. So it's not awful. I might take a run down by my parents' house. There's one of Escobar's cornfields over there, and see how all that looks kind of compared to this. Granted, they spray so they don't have any weed pressure, but their corn went in like maybe not even a week before this did. So they went in about the same time. TJ drove down there actually a week ago when he looked at this and actually said this crop here looks better than that field there, so that's good. Yeah, so this here, I kind of figured this section right here would be the weediest. There's definitely some grass growing in for sure, so I'll have to rip all this up. I think it's just because of how this part of the field holds moisture, so there's a lot more grass growing, I would imagine. But all in all, it's not bad. This end of the field over here, definitely the weediest. Down there, not awful. So, and I think it'll be a little easier running the cultivator through this with the corn being as tall as it is, because it's a little sturdier. I don't have to worry about knocking it over as much. That was my big concern when I was cultivating this. So not bad. So maybe I'll make a video tomorrow when I'm down here. So let's go take a look at the cornfield. Or sorry, the cornfield. Wow, the hayfield. So this is the field that TJ rotary mowed 3 weeks ago. So you can see, I believe this is all ragweed, and it's everywhere in this field. You can see some yellow mustard growing over there too, the yellow flowers. I'm kind of surprised it grew up this fast, but yeah, this is all pretty weedy. It's not really what I wanted to see. We were hoping that by mowing it, the grass was going to choke the weeds out, but honestly, it's kind of growing right up alongside it. This is not looking great. Let's see what the other fields look like. The other ones were not nearly as weedy. It was really just this one here. So, I don't know, this field here might be a cow hay field. But we're gonna, like I said, plan is to cut and bale this all off next weekend. Or sorry, not next weekend, but the following weekend. Get the weed off before it goes to seed. So let's see what the other fields look like. So this field here is the next one up, and just walking over here, there's definitely some ragweed in it. There's a little more yellow mustard in this side of the field than there is anywhere else, and I saw that the first time I came out here and looked at this field a while back. There was a ton of yellow mustard over there. But actually, as you get in over here, and there's some ragweed there, but everything else doesn't look bad. It's pretty damn tall over there, so that's good. Yeah, this is growing in nice. I was a little worried for a second when I walked into this field, because I walked in over there and that was all pretty damn short compared to over here. But you get away from that corner, it picked right up. So I think honestly the best bet for us would probably be, when cows will eat this, no problem. So maybe cut it and wrap it, or do dry hay, you know, cows, goats, whatever. And then maybe next year see what the weeds look like. See if the grass will overtake the weeds. And maybe do horse squares next year. You know, we were talking about spraying all this, but like I think I mentioned before, the town doesn't want us spraying anything. Maybe we can convince them otherwise, but that was the deal when we went to the town council and told them what we wanted to do with this land. They really weren't keen on us spraying anything. That's why Escobar's wasn't allowed to grow corn here anymore. Not that they weren't allowed to grow corn, but they couldn't spray it, so they were going to go organic with it. There's some ragweed in here too, just looking at this corner of the field, but everything else, I mean, here's one. But everything else looks, it looks like the grass choked it out pretty well, so that's awesome. So this field here is looking great. There's some dead spots over there. I don't know what that's all about. Let me take a look over there. Probably be covered in ticks after this. Something bedded down in here. Deer, most likely. Yeah, over there, there's a spot there, a spot there. There's a couple spots actually if you look down there further. It's definitely deer in here. But this field here is, from the little bit I've seen, is the best field. For anyone that followed along from the get-go, this was the first field we started working, first field we planted. So this one looks awesome. So hopefully the next one up does as well. And I believe TJ was saying when he came out here however many weeks ago, last week, whatever it was, he said that small field that we parked all the equipment in didn't look great. It wasn't coming in nearly as well. It wasn't tall, so I didn't really think it would be because there's a lot of slate in that ground. So gonna see what it looks like. So this one here doesn't look bad either as far as weeds go. A little bit of ragweed. There's no wild mustard in here. Grass seems to be coming in. It's about up to my hips. Definitely shorter than the field we were just in, but not bad. A little bit of mustard right there. Check out this last field here. So all in all, I think it's going to make good hay. You know, horse people probably aren't going to want it just because of the weed content in it. Not that I don't think horses could eat it. It's just anyone that sells hay, they know how picky horse people are. I would know. I'm married to one. But yeah, this field here, I see what you're saying. This field's not great. Yeah, this is pretty. There's nothing growing here. I would. Yeah, there's nothing. Wow, this did not come in good. Pigweed, a lot of pigweed in here. Supposedly you can eat this, I was told a long time ago. But a lot of pigweed. Whatever that is. This kind of looks pretty shitty, not gonna lie. We'll cut it off anyway, see what comes of it, but this is definitely the worst field. I would go so far as to say that it could be because this was all brush. This field here was never maintained like all the other ones were. This was just all brush, multifloral rows, you know, all kinds of junk you don't want. I brush hogged all this down. I'm sure that probably trashed the soil. And when we soil tested it, we never checked this field here. So this one here probably needed a hell of a lot more lime and nitrogen and everything else. So yeah, there's a lot of bare spots. So that's shitty, but it's only an acre. I don't even think it's a full acre, so is what it is. But that's where we stand so far. Yeah, so I guess we'll come out here and mow this in a couple weeks. Should get some decent hay off of it, and then tomorrow probably we'll see how it works out. I'll try to make a video maybe and post that one up of getting that corn cultivated, see how good that comes out. So I think that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.